See these hard edge lines, the cloud lines coming up in there, there, and this vanishes. And see the soft edges in here. And it vanishes, then again it gains up in here. Then again, it vanishes. Hi there. In this video, I will show you one of the most important thing in watercolor, even though some advanced watercolor artists miss. That is the power of watercolor edges. We do create edges with knowingly or unknowingly, but I will show you here how you can do those hard edge, soft edge, or even that unpredictable lost and found edge, and how you can put together in a painting. I'll do two demonstrations of painting in here, and I will show you how you can put them together in your painting, and in the end that will make your painting looking like a professional one, even though you can't put your finger on why they look so good. Let's start with the fresh water on a paper. So add really heavy water in there. Just make it completely soaked and make sure the water is flowing. So now here, if we add any colors in there, that will create the soft edge. Any pigment like blue, brown, anything you just add. As you can see, this soft edge, they are not controllable. These are uncontrolled. These soft edges, as you can see, you cannot control these because of the amount of water and pigment. You may need these sort of uncontrollable in the washes. And now just take a look. Just wet this paper a little bit and make this paper damp. To make it quicker, I'll just wipe off excess water from one side. And now if you paint anything in there, as you can see there, on one side it is uncontrollable, and the other side it created some soft edge, but still this controllable, even a little bit hard edge on the top here, but the down there, as you can see, we created the soft edge, but these are controllable soft edge. Now if we take an example of a cloud, if we do the cloud something like that and just add some water or some dark values in there and just touches those hard edges and just vanish them completely, make them soft edge. So and as you can see, the hard edges come from here, there, then it vanishes out in there, so it just lost the edge in there, and then again it found it in here again, so it's lost and found edge. And there is another edge, I would call it a mark, like rather than edge, that is dry, which is created dry brush stroke. That edge is created by dry brush stroke in there. So when, as you can see, we have those edges, something like that, the broken edge. And basically on the damp paper, when you add the dry brush stroke, you can create those broken edges. So these are very useful for drawing the mast. For example, here if I just add boat down the bottom and just add water in their reflection, it will look like a mast. But those extra visual thing, that broken edge, will create that painting beautiful. Instead of having the one continuous line, I'm just breaking it down. So now you've done these edges, and I'm going to show you how you can use these edges to the actual painting. I'm going to do two paintings now, one after another one, and I will show you how these edges can create differences, and how you actually can paint those edges and plan your painting accordingly. Let's take a look. This is a very simple painting. It's just a boy or a man just sitting on a bench near the seaside. The drawing is a bit of important here because this sort of subject based, which is not a landscape or something, theme based painting, you're going to have a good, nice drawing, because drawing is important. This is what I wanted to depict here. We'll just paint with burnt sienna, and when I paint the bench, I'll use the same pigment, and I'll make sure the shirt colors and the bench colors, because I wanted to paint them with the same color, and they are mixing together, so that here I can create an edge which is coming from there and then is vanishing with the bench colors in there. So, and then again the edge is founded later on. So this is lost and found edge sort of thing. Let's find the edge. I will paint the arm with the same colors in there. And I'll just use a little bit of dark down at the bottom. And let's paint the sky, background sky, and there is just a Prussian blue with some French ultramarine and burnt sienna together, making one side dark and another side light, just to create the theme. Now I'm going to paint the ocean behind there. It's intense blue, just simple intense blue, and the yellow ochre in the foreground. Just adding a little bit of blue with the yellow ochre to make it's a greenish grass and this sort of stuff. And just scraping up some grasses there. And for the shadow, I'm using ultramarine with burnt sienna, making it darker value, and just painting some shadows there. And for shadows, I need to make sure the dark is there. The proper dark will make this painting pop up. And with the shorts, I need to do the darks as well, carefully, so that it creates that 3D effect on both sides. And down at the bottom, I'll make sure it's dark. I'm not getting into too much detail with the fingers and all of the stuff, just having some effect in there. And in the ground, there will be shadow there as well. So all is the same dark. But what I will do, I will create a lost and found edge there as well, because the leg just mixes up with the shadow down there at the bottom. And so you won't be able to see any edges there, defining edges where the shoe starts or where the leg ends. And surrounding, I'll just make them dark values for the shadows. So this sort of small little tiny effect that makes your painting really to the next level. Just imagine if you had painted that shoe and leg, just defining them properly, it would look like there is something off with this painting. I'll just finish it up with some extra details, birds and seagulls and stuff, and that is pretty much all, I think. As you can see, we have soft edges in here, we have hard edges, we have lost and found edges. All combination of these three made this painting to the next level. Now I'm gonna have a landscape in here. It's a pretty simple landscape, and I'm gonna use again those three edges in there. And this landscape has got just a building. I'm gonna use the light and shadow, and I will properly define, as we have practiced, how we painted the cloud, the hard edges and soft edges, and sometimes lost and found edges in there. We're gonna use the same thing. So with the cobalt blue, and I have used a little bit of intense blue, and just created the outline hard edges of the cloud there. And now when I painted the hard edges, everything is hard edges. If you paint something like that, maybe you can finish the painting up, but there's those that will not look that professional, so I just make some of them as soft edges with the put some fresh water in it. As you can see, after putting the water, it automatically created some lost edges as well. So just make this one lost as well. Here, just add some dark values for the cloud, and soften those edges up in there. So these are very important. If you leave whatever you paint, your brush mark, if you leave them everywhere, like we've created those hard edges, and those that will not look professional, that will not look a complete aesthetic painting. So you have to decide sometime where, even if you paint a straight line, sometimes just break them up, just have some irregularity, just break them up with something, with the fresh water or different colors, just implement some other pigments, something like that. So I'm just painting surrounding the house, and trying to keeping the down edges are soft as much as possible, because I'm going to add some foliages and trees over there. I'll just add yellow ochre to portray the sunlight, because that's the main part of this building. I'll have some afternoon lights on the building. In the foreground, I'll add some French ultramarine with very tiny hint of alizarin crimson or any transparent red to make the shadow in the foreground. And I'll do wet effect to have some soft edges in there, because this shadow, I don't want any hard edges on this shadow. Then my background cloud part is still wet, so I will take the advantage of that one. I will try adding some foliages or trees in there. I have some hard edges down on the top of the clouds, but I'll tackle that one later. So just add those foliages and trees. As you can see with the side of my brush, the brush I'm using, this one is a natural hair brush, NEEF brand. In my website, I have my recommendation of tools I'm using. That you can find the description in the link in the description down below. I'll add some different range of pigments, the colors, warm colors or red colors, just to have something different, some red and green sort of mix. As you can see, I'm not using any green. The green I'm creating from the yellow and blue. The sap green or any other greens, I'm not using it yet. I will have there are some car parked on the right hand side. I will have those as negative painting. I will just have those sides. I'll try to create, as I have some blues in my brushes, I'll try to create some dark shadows in the foliages, trying to fix up the values. So I'm trying to add darker values in the surrounding areas of this building, and so that because of my building, that the light reflecting on this building, this is what I want to show. So I'm just trying to having as much as dark values possible on the surrounding of the buildings. I'll just scrape some paint out of that one to show the branches of the trees. Now I will add some accent colors, which is the very Indian yellow or cadmium yellow you can use. We'll have some, just to have some visually to draw my attention to that part of the building, just to have some accent colors down at the bottom of the building. It would have a bit of shadow area in there, but instead of covering them with blue or dark colors, as I want my building to pop up with the lights, I'm trying to using the warm yellow or yellow colors in there. And I will keep top part of the building as the paper's white, the white is white. I will add some shadow down the balcony. Just simply any sort of blue, ultramarine or cobalt blue, anything would do. Just having some darker values for the doors and leaving some white here and there for some reflections. You can mark them whole door or window as dark, but leaving some white spaces makes your painting really good, really looking different, extraordinary than the general painting. Those small little nuances, like the shadow is cutting through the windows, these are very important. These are the ones makes your painting different than any other normal painting. Just having a bit of lighter values, just adding some whites, a little bit of whites, titanium white, to have some effects down there, because I don't want to have all through the dark values in there. Just wanted to break down on something. And just adding some blues in the shadow sides, and some complementary yellows, like in the foliages, to complement the blues. and on the top edges or inside the shadows, just having some warm colors. Not necessarily that's a yellow, any warm colors would do. I'm going to paint cars now, one with bright orange or reddish orange. Another one is just the complementary of orange, just purplish blue or ultramarine. I'll add some cobalt blue maybe in there, just to pop up. So this painting is about the edges and also the how the light warm color and shadow with the blue colors plays and complements each other in the painting. Just have some values in the shadows and just connecting the shadows with the cars and the people. Now the people I want to really draw them quickly. I don't want to define them too much in detail, just as quickly as possible, just to have some darker values or some blues or lavender, this sort of thing. And if you want to learn and draw people quickly, I have a free downloadable PDF. Link is in the description. There you can simply download that and you can take a look. I've also have 2 videos on the people, drawing people. You can find that in my playlist. And those videos and the PDF guides, they are full of information. So there, download them and just take a look. Just quickly finishing up with the others, people in their hair, not any detail, just have some dark marks in there. And with the people, I think I don't have much things to add, just a little bit of details that is necessary for the painting, not too much. And having some effect of the car. There are 5-6 cars there, so just having some smoky effect in there just to enhance the mood of the painting. And with that, I think that's pretty much all. So this painting, I have covered the all sort of edges in there, as well as a warm and dark color mix, as well as using a good use of values, how you can do that one. I hope you enjoyed that, and let's take a look how it looks like. I hope I was able to show you a little bit of glimpse of how edges can work, or it might work. And if you like this video, consider subscribing and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.